Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with the top 10 best animated movies of 2022. What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you haven't done that already. And with all that said, let's kick back, relax, and get this party started. Number 10, and soon to be streaming on HBO Max. The Battle of the Super Sons, or since they want to play it safe, Batman and Superman, The Battle of the Super Sons. That never made sense. Anywho, look, the loss of the Super Sons in comics has been, it's just tragic. So it was so much fun to have Jonathan Kent back in fine form in this film. I love the fact that in this scene here with his father, they actually said truth, justice, and the American way. It reminded me of the Peter J. Tomasi comics, which were just absolutely fun. The movie does ask a lot of you sometimes in order to believe what's going on, even in the realm of comic book movies, but still, it's entertaining. The dynamic between Robin and Superman are played up well. The Justice League in thrall of Starro is a lot of fun, especially when it comes to Batman and Jonathan Kent having to take him down. Definitely, if you get a chance, check this one out. Coming in at number 9 and also streaming on HBO Max is a movie that I got to see on my birthday, so it was a little bit special. It's League of Super Pets, or DC Comics, or the DC League of Super Pets, whatever. Anywho, once again, this is something I went and saw with my wife. She had a blast, which actually helped me to have a blast. I thought this was damn cute, in all honesty. Yeah, it's more towards a kid's film than it is a family movie, but it's still a lot of fun, especially if you are a comic book fan. You know some of these characters. Some of them are new. I like The Rock as Crypto. Kevin Hart is Ace the Bat Hound. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more comic book accuracy as far as he is concerned, but still, overall, this is an entertaining movie. It's an easy watch. Check it out. Once again, it's on HBO Max, and you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Just don't expect an average DC Comics movie. There's not a lot of morose in this film. It's generally a happy-go-lucky kind of movie that invites you to kind of have fun with it instead of just mourn your DC heroes. Coming in at number 8, and the only place I know to get this is video on demand right now, is a movie called Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. This is a very kind of precocious, kind of precious little film about a shell whose family was taken by the humans who used to live in the house he inhabits, and now he's just there with his grandmother, played by Isabella Rossellini. And it is just a damn cute film. It really is. I like the voice acting. I like the voice they gave Marcel. I like how they navigate the house. It's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of world building here. And yes, once again, this can get too cute. If you are susceptible to the saccharin to the point where it's like, just cringe, you might not enjoy this movie as much as I did. Once again, I just thought it was absolute fun film, and that was something I was really looking forward to in 2022. I just wanted to kind of stick with movies I had fun with. Coming in at number 7 and streaming on Paramount Plus is a movie I didn't even know existed until it came out. I didn't know they were working on Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. Are you kidding me? I honestly didn't know if I wanted to jump into this world again. I think Beavis and Butthead are funny. They're very funny for their time, but they are very much of their time. Holy crap, no. How about bring in some kids who are not PC in the 90s into this ultra-sensitive culture of 2022, and you get one hell of a funny film. Because they're going about it, they're oblivious to everything. At one point in time, they're told they've got white privilege, so they go about just taking shit and pushing people out of the way. Why not? They've got the privilege to do so. They were told they're allowed to do that. It is absolutely a fun farce of a film. It really is. This one is something I think more people need to see who are on the woke end of the spectrum, just to have this kind of stuff thrown in their face. I like this one a lot. Coming in at number 6 and streaming on Peacock is a movie that I was kind of forced to watch by my wife because she thinks they're adorable. But you know what? Minions: The Rise of Gru. I like DreamWorks movies. They make me laugh. The Minion movies, the Despicable Me movies make me laugh. They're not my favorite of the DreamWorks animated franchises, but damn, it's a funny film. We do get to see how Gru became the supervillain that he was going to be and ultimately super softy. And one thing I've got to say about the Minions films, not a lot of animated films understand and really play with slapstick. The Minions is a slapstick movie. It's a Charlie Chan film. It is, and that's actually kind of rare, even for animated movies, and it makes you wonder why. And I think it's because nobody does it like the Minions anymore. Speaking of DreamWorks movies and a film that actually I didn't expect to like, and it is now in theaters, is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I watched this as an obligation. I knew we were going to be doing and talking about animated movies, so okay, fine, I'll watch it. It's the big one that's in the theaters right now. Okay, let's check this thing out. What a fun and thrilling adventure story this is. And yes, it's got quite a few jokes. It plays around with the tropes of cats, and sometimes that's my favorite part, where they actually do cat-like things, because it's almost ridiculous for this character, who is in fact a cat, to be a cat. And they play around with a lot of stuff like that. They play around with fairy tale tropes, the whole 9 yards, and it just works. The adventure almost steps aside for the characters, for the humor and such, but it's still fun, still exciting, and the animation is freaking top notch. Coming in at number 4 and streaming on Disney Plus is a film that, while I was looking for pictures of this, I found out is generally hated. It's Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It's not a reboot, it's a comeback, and unfortunately for some, they came back and messed up the source material. I didn't know this. I watched this film and I had a blast, man. At one point in time, I was cry laughing. This movie made me laugh that freaking hard when they went into a rap song about eating whale meat. It was random. It just freaking fit. There's a lot of references here and a lot of jokes at a lot of other companies and Disney's expense. And to me, it was entertaining. It was enjoyable. I watched the show some when it came out, when the original one came out. But overall, this didn't bother me a bit. Didn't bother. I didn't think it was a stick in the eye of Rescue Rangers. It was a good tribute. Coming in at number 3, debuting on Netflix and kicking Disney's ass up and down the street, left, right, twice on Sundays, is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. This stop-motion animated film is what you want from this story. I hear it really sticks to the book a lot more. I got to admit, Pinocchio is one classic that I don't know if I've ever read. I don't remember reading it. I remember maybe holding the book in my hand, but that's neither here nor there. The stop-motion animation is freaking amazing. The story is great. Now, there are some inconsistencies because the Pinocchio will be like, "What's a book?" And then the dialogue he uses belies that kind of ignorance. But otherwise, that's a very nit to pick. It really is just small. This is a beautiful film filled with wonder. It's filled with whimsy. It is definitely a great family film and highly, highly recommend you watch this. Yeah, take a chance. Number 2 is also a Netflix original and can very easily be swapped with number 1, and I don't know where it actually lands here, but Apollo 10, A Space-Age Childhood. Now, the conceit of this film is that NASA built a rocket, and unfortunately the seat could only hold a 10-year-old kid, and this boy was selected. Voiced by Jack Black and narrated. This really isn't about that. What this is about is life in the late 60s, and I'm going to tell you, the 70s. As a kid from the 70s, this was all about that. This hits the nostalgia button, babies. I'm telling you this right here. It is fun. It is entertaining. It is so freaking accurate. Me and Rob from Extreme Movie Show kept talking about how Stranger Things felt like they tried to go for 80s nostalgia and just kind of missed. This nails 70s nostalgia. I mean, this nails the 70s life. And it really is just how a kid can kind of grow up in that era. And it was pure awesomeness. It is wonderful. This movie is an A+ film easily. My number 1 animated movie really just kind of blew me away. It's one of the most beautiful films of the year. And it's also one of the most divisive films of the year. One of the most action-packed films of the year. And I actually had to have a conversation with Dalton would you not put this in animated? Wouldn't you? Because there's more animation in this than in some films that people are calling animated, like Chip and Dale and Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And it's in theaters, and it is called Avatar: The Way of the Water. And yeah, you could count this as an animated movie because it's the same freaking technology they used for Polar Express. It's just, 50,000 times better at this point. Look, I love the world building in this movie. I do like the action. I like the story. Everything was working pretty darn well. I thought it was kind of weird the way they kept Stephen Lang as the villain. And I wondered, why are the fishes okay with her being near them, since wouldn't they eat the fish as well? We do see other animals eating fish in the ocean. So that kind of seemed weird. As you can tell by the screenshots, it's a beautiful film. And the movie is completely engaging. There's always something to look at. There's always something there. There's always something going on. It's a fun film, as I said. That's a word that's so important to me in 2022 and 2023. And I had a great time with this. I'm looking forward to the sequels, and I love the fact that this is kicking all sorts of ass. So there you go, guys. That is my choice for top 10 animated movies of 2022. I know I missed a couple of them, and I wanted to see Sea Beast and My Father's Dragon and so forth. Didn't get a chance to see them before the list was made. What are your favorite animated films of 2022? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to do all the clicking and the likings. Help out the channel that way. And if you don't mind helping out the channel other ways, we have a Ko-Fi link in the description below. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers and fellow film fans out there, thank you very, very much for watching.